Hello, everyone, and happy sunshiny day to you. I suppose it's a little bit cloudy right now, but I am thoroughly enjoying it. So if you don't know me, I'll cut straight to the chase. I am Rowan of Rowan's Dog Training, and I wanted to come in here and chat with you a little bit about somewhere that I see people go wrong with dog training really commonly. And I saw an example today. So I had a play date. A couple other German Shepherds came over to play with Ziva, and it was so much fun, and the dogs did so well, but one of their moms made this mistake, and of course I explained to her what I would do differently, and I thought that I would share that with you guys. So let me know, let me know if you've got a dog and how old they are. I want to know who all is watching here, and if this advice is going to help you out. So we've got a German Shepherd puppy, so he's about 7 months, and the situation was we were all playing together, and they did a super good job. Really no complaints about everybody's play behavior. So what I noticed was he'd be playing or he'd be sniffing somewhere in my yard, and Mom would call him and he wouldn't come. So she'd say his name and he would look at her, but then she'd call him to come over and he wouldn't come over. It was just too hard for him to move those legs and move away from what he was smelling or the other dogs that he was playing with. And I see this a lot. And honestly, I mean, it's hard to get your friends or your kids or anybody to come over to you when they're having a good time with their buddies. And you're like, hey, come over here for a second. And they're like, yeah, I mean, maybe later. I don't know. Just go away. I'm having fun. So totally understand where dog's coming from. So really, the mistake isn't anything like she hasn't been training hard enough, she hasn't been working at it. Break down the problem issue here is that she was expecting too much from him in the moment. So yeah, she said his name and he looked at her, and I was like, yes, good boy. You need to reward that, because he was playing with his friends. You asked for his attention and he gave it to you. And then nothing, because then you asked him to do something else that was too hard that he couldn't bring himself to do. And then it sort of fell apart. And then, she, of course, she wasn't upset, but she was feeling a little bit embarrassed, I guess we have to work on that more. And I had to stop her and say, no, you don't have to work on that more, actually. You need to work in this environment, and you need to break this down into more achievable, easy pieces so he can be successful at one part. And then once he's learned that, he can earn a cookie, a good beefy meat treat for breaking eye contact and looking at you instead of playing with the other dogs, then you can think about asking him to do other things like come over to you, sit, lay down, whatever. So yes, the area where people go wrong with their dogs, and I see this a ton, is not rewarding what can be rewarded. So that looking at you is super valuable and deserving of reward. So make sure that you have reasonable expectations for what your dog can do given the distractions around, and reward any bit of compliance on their end. So yeah, she wanted him to run over to her, and so she could, grab his collar or whatever, and they could take a break. But he stopped and looked. And that is the first step in the process, and it needs to be rewarded more often. So please, 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 please remember to reward eye contact, because that is not nothing. And if you don't reward that, then things are really going to fall apart. So that is my little piece of advice for today on where people go wrong with puppy dog training. It doesn't matter how old the dog is. You should always be rewarding the little things. So thanks for joining me. And if you're catching the replay, let me know. I would love to know what age your dog is, if you've got dogs, if you're thinking of getting a puppy. Of course, what I do is work with clients in home in the Columbus area with their dogs that are anxious, shy, fearful, jumping, got behavior problems, teaching commands. And then I have my amazing, wonderful, I'm obsessed with Puppy to Perfect program, which coaches new puppy owners on how to raise and train their puppy, hold their hand, and help them figure out what you need to do when and how to make sure that your puppy doesn't develop problem behaviors, doesn't end up anxious or fearful, and becomes that dream companion that you were imagining when you brought them home. So if you've got any questions for me, let me know. I'd love to know what you thought of this. If you're making this mistake, and if you're going to swear to stop making it. And I will catch you all next time. Thanks for being here with me. Hi, Bonnie. I will see you later. Probably I will see you at 5 o'clock today. All right. Have a good one, guys.